that you might become one of the people that will help build this new kind of world. Because we desperately need a better world for everyone. Okay? So that, in a nutshell, we passed these out. Now let me just say a couple of things. Number one, humanity is one family. I don't know anybody else other than the Baha'is that really have believed that. I think some other people have picked up on that now in the last 20, 30, 40 years maybe. But Baha'u'llah said this 150 years ago. Most people see humanity, it's an us and them idea. We're the good guys, they're the bad guys. We got the truth, they got the falsehood. White is good, black is no good. Christian is good, Muslim is no good. I mean, it's that kind of dichotomy. And Baha'u'llah says, no, that's an error. The human race is one family, pure and simple. Like it or not, it's the truth. Well, it happens to be scientifically true. How many species of human beings are there on this planet? One, Homo sapien. We learned that in biology very early. So we're all Homo sapien. Whatever other species of human beings there were are gone. Just Homo sapiens. And we found out through DNA testing that we're all related through a woman in Africa 200,000 years ago. Our scientists have traced humanity back to that one woman. So like it or not, we're all at least 50th cousins. Well, I like it myself because I don't have to feel superior to anybody. Okay? Now, once we have knowledge like that, we can get over our prejudices. And that's one of the things Baha'is work very hard on, is trying to get over the prejudices that we inherit very quickly from our parents, from our families, from our churches, from our schools, from our governments, or wherever we inherit them from. We all get prejudices fairly early on. And we can learn to get rid of them and be larger than that. But the reality is the human race is one family. The second thing, all revealed religions are part of one process of revelation. Okay, we know about Hinduism and Buddhism and Islam and Christianity, Sikhism, and there are others, Shinto and so on. The Baha'i view is each one of these religions came into existence as a result of a revelation that came to an individual. Maybe 3,000, 4,000 years ago, maybe 2,000 years ago, maybe 1,400 years ago. The latest, Baha'is believe, is the revelation to Baha'u'llah, which is about 150 years ago. What Baha'u'llah says about all these revelations is they're all part of the same plan. They're all part of the same process. It's like school, where you start in kindergarten and you wind up with a PhD, but you go through all the different grade levels with different teachers, with different parts of the curriculum, but it's all the same purpose. What? To educate the student. Okay? Baha'u'llah says that is the process that's been going on from the beginning of time to educate the human race spiritually, in terms of values, in terms of the fact that a human being is more than a material being. You're also a spiritual or a non-material or a moral being. Okay? And that has always been the purpose of these revelations. And what did the person that brought that truth get for it, personally? They got thrown in jail, they got driven out of town, they got crucified. In the case of Baha'u'llah, he was placed in chains in a dungeon with a 100-pound chain on his neck for 4 months, and for 40 years he was a prisoner of the Ottoman Empire. Now this was a man who was wonderful and brilliant and wealthy and highly respected by everyone where he lived. I mean, that's a matter of record. So why did he get this treatment? Because of what he taught. And what he taught was considered to be a heresy by the government and religious leaders of his country, which was Iran. And if you think it's prejudiced and narrow-minded now, it was even worse 150 years ago. And Baha'u'llah was imprisoned, and all the people who became believers, almost 20,000 of them were slaughtered within the first few decades. And the Baha'is are still being persecuted in Iran. Right now, even as we speak, there are 7 members of the Baha'i community who have been asked to do certain work on behalf of the Baha'is, have been imprisoned by the government, and they're on trial. And it'll be a show trial, and they may be executed, because the government, since 1980 and 81, has executed people just like them who had been elected to do service for the Baha'is. You see, in the Baha'i faith, there's no clergy, there's no ministers, there's no mullahs or rabbis or priests. And all the decision-making process is done by elected councils. Well, the Persian government has seen fit to try to destroy the Baha'i faith, even though it's the largest religious minority in the country, over 300,000 Baha'is, more than all the Christians, Jews, and Buddhists and Hindus put together. It's the largest minority. So, why then would anybody want to know about this? Well, because you don't get executed in the United States for being a Baha'i. And you don't get persecuted. You get respected because Baha'is are good citizens and they're good people and they try very hard to be of service to others. Which leads us into number 12, which is service to others. Baha'u'llah said the highest station anyone in the world can achieve. It's not king, it's not rock star, it's not millionaire, it's not president, it's not beauty queen, it's servant. To be of service to another human being is the highest station anyone can attain. And if you do service to other people, if you do any kind of work, any kind of effort, and you're motivated to be of service to other people, Baha'u'llah says that's the same as worship of God. It's equivalent to praying to God. It's equivalent to worshiping the Creator. So, service to others is a very important thing in the Baha'i faith.